phone, if we just said that sentence, it's not that specific. We know that that's in the past because we have our spot here, we see this ED. So we know that that means in the past. She talked, okay, on the phone. But if we get specific and we say, last night, I talked to my sister on the phone, then we know that this is a completed action and we know exactly what happened, okay? So we're going to do one more example on our next slide here. So if we see this, here are some examples with preterite verbs. And so this is what you guys have on your notes. So, durante las vacaciones, yo monté a caballo, mi mamá visitó un museo y mis hermanos nadaron. Okay, so you can see here, we have these endings, and these are going to be our clues to know that this is in the preterite tense, in the past tense. And these are all completed actions. So this phrase right here, durante las vacaciones, tells us a specific time. Okay, so we're not saying yo monté a caballo, which means I rode a horse. Okay, we're not just saying that I did that in the past sometime. We're saying specifically during my vacation, I rode a horse. Mi mamá visitó un museo. So my mom visited a museum. Y mis hermanos nadaron. My brothers and sisters swam. Okay, so this is specific, just like this says. Here it is in English for you. And we're going to learn how our endings work for our AR verbs, our ER verbs, and our IR verbs in just a few minutes. Everybody have our examples down? Yeah. Okay.
Wait, where? What?
So these examples here are what goes in your notes. So right where it says, there's a bullet and it says ejemplo. Ejemplo. It says, durante las vacaciones, yo blank. In that blank, you're going to write the word monte with an accent. Monte. I would underline the E here to help you know that this is our example. Because here you can see that it's in red, but on your paper you won't remember that, okay? So underline this E here like I have here. Then mi mamá visitó. Visitó is the next blank. Again, underline the O. El museo y mis hermanos nadaron. So that goes in that last blank there. That's right here on our example sheet. Okay, and again, underline the A-R-O-N, and we're going to go over these endings in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to erase my lines. I see that we've all got those down. Okay, so we're going to talk about the nosotros form for just a minute. So the nosotros form in the preterite tense is special because it has the same ending as in the preterite tense. Okay, so on your note, it says the nosotros ending in the blank tense is the same as in the blank tense. So in the first blank, you're going to write preterite. So the nosotros ending in the preterite tense is the same as in the present tense. The same as in the present tense. So the nosotros form is the same in both tenses. So here we have, look for the sentences, look for clues in the sentences to help you determine if the verb is in the present or in the past tense. Let's make sure we are following along. Okay, so here we have acompamos anoche en el parque. What does the word acompamos mean? Camping? Camping, good, that's one of our vocabulary words. Acompamos, so we have this ending here, right? Acompar is an AR verb. So we know that in the present tense we would take off the AR ending and add AMOS. Okay, so that's our ending. In the preterite tense, we do the same thing. So this is our ending for both. So we need to look for clues in this sentence to help us figure out if this is in the present or the past. So we have this word here, anoche. Acompamos anoche en el parque. And we can see here that this means we camped last night in the park. Anoche means last night. So then you know that this ending here is in the preterite tense. Okay, so we got to look for clues in the sentences. Just like we look for clues in the sentences to help us figure out what words mean, we're going to do the same thing when we're trying to figure out if it's present or past tense. So like it says here, the word anoche tells you that the verb acompamos is in the preterite tense. Okay, and so the next thing on your notes has 4 steps.
So it uses the what?
It uses, okay, so it uses the out what verb it is. The second step, adios to the AR, ER, and IR. So we say goodbye to that ending, right? We find the stem of the verb. So if we have the verb, ocupar, okay, what kind of verb is this? AR, ER, or IR?
AR.
AR, okay, we have this ending here. So what happens is, now we've determined the kind of verb. Our next step is to say goodbye to our ending. Okay, so the next step would be to make it this part here. Our stem, acom. So we don't know what we're doing next. This is our stem, okay? Then, número 3, identify who you are conjugating the verb for. So we have our pronouns, yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Okay, so if I said, I can't, if that was what we were doing, we're going to choose this yo form. Okay, now we know who we're conjugating it for. Conjugating it in the I form, the yo form. Lastly, we have to add the appropriate ending for the pronoun and for the verb. Okay, and so we're going to fill out those boxes underneath our notes so we know what our appropriate endings are. But in this case, if we're conjugating it for the yo form, it would be acom fe.
We have to write that
E. You do not have to write that. Okay, that's our example. We're going to get to a lot of examples as well. But these are our 4 steps. So this note sheet is going to be extremely helpful for us. It's going to be extremely helpful for us because it gets tricky when we are trying to deal with a past tense. We're deciding how we do the preterite, and now we have our 4 steps of exactly what we do when we know what verb we're using. Okay, and we can do these backwards as well. We can identify the ending in order to see what we have conjugated. Then we know that when we have our ending, we'll be able to tell what pronoun it's for. Then we can find the stem, and then we can also know what kind of verb it is. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to finish copying this down. And then we're going to go over some examples, and then fill in our chart below. And I'm going to give you guys a print on the board. Thank you for following directions. Sticking with this, okay? We're going to keep going through a couple examples. Once we do our chart, we've got some practice at the bottom and some practice on the back as well. And tonight our homework will also be practicing the preterite tense. Okay, so we are going to move on. If you do not have these down, please get them from your neighbor. Yes.
You gave our points before.
Oh, I did.
all of our points.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, shame on you.
Shame on me. I'll give you another one for making that mistake. So now you guys got 5.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
Are we up to 40?
31, 36, 41.
If you go up to 50,
50 is when the party happens. Okay? My fault. Okay, so let's refocus back up here. So to find the stem of the AR verb, we remove the ending, right? Okay, so we've got some examples here. Trabajar means to work. Okay, and to find our stem, we take off the AR. Just one example. Traba. Okay, IR verb, escribir. So we take off the IR ending, and we have escribir. Means to write. Okay, then we have correr, ER verb. We take off that ER at the end, cor, and it means to
where
write.
we put this at?
You're just following along for right now.
Oh.
Okay, so this is just more examples of what we just wrote down on our paper. Okay, so, there's some graphics that go along with that. And here's another example, okay? So we have charts like this all the time when we work with. And so here is taking off the ending to our AR, ER, and IR verbs. Okay, that's exactly what it needs to look like. So when we pick our pronoun, whatever verb we have, then we're going to be able to conjugate it. And right now we're going to fill out our charts. Okay, so I want you guys to first look at the AR chart. It's the one on the left side. Okay, the one on the left side. So this follows in order of the chart. Okay, so this first one here with the A, this is our ending for our yo. Okay, so our ending, I put these little dashes when I write it, so I know that this isn't a letter or a word, but it's a dash so that it's connected Okay, so this is our first ending. This is our AR verb. So then we have to, aste. A-S-T-E. You're writing this
Y'all
down.
already got something in it.
Guys, hold on a second. This box on the left, where it says AR verbs, is where you're copying these down. The yo is already there for you. Okay? The yo is already there for you. I'm writing it up here as well, so you know exactly what you need to write in your boxes. So yo with the E and the accent. To, aste. Okay? Then we have the L, ella, and usted box. And we have the O. Then when we get to nosotros, we have amos. And then lastly, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Ado.
It's already on the paper.
It is already there, so you guys are filling in this part here.
Yo has nosotros next to it.
Right. So nosotros is next to it, just like it is up here. Okay, then you have a box that is skipped on your paper, and then it's this one here, and you're going to write this ending in that box.
But a skip box, we don't write that in?
Exactly. There's nothing that goes in that box. Just when we're not done.